I'm gonna see if I can move this back up a little bit.
I can move the chair back too.
Just better. Make sure like most of your top body. Okay, cool. That's perfect.
I used to feel like such a nerd, like when you go outside and your glasses fall out.
Yeah, I hate that. Still, even still.
Just embrace the nerdy.
Okay. All right, you ready?
So yeah.
Okay, what's your name?
My name is Grace McKinnon.
And how old are you?
I'm 25.
And who are you on a soul level, Grace McKinnon?
That's a good question. On a soul level, so first we have to define what soul is. To me, soul is your personality. It's the essence of who you are. It's the part of you that reincarnates into the physical, but the spirit is eternal. So on a soul level, I am sensitive. I'm deeply passionate about compassion. That's a rhyme. I care about like everything, and growing up, like it made shit like really intense when you're surrounded by people that may not care as much or care as much, so it was just a lot. Also, I'm a wisdom seeker. I'm a knowledge seeker. I love to learn. So on a soul level, I would say that that's me. Also a very old soul. I be getting tired, but life is lit, so gang gang.
Okay, so I'm gonna get you to pick out of 3 categories which means the most to you and which means the least to you, or I guess doesn't apply to your everyday life.
Okay.
And why. So the first category is love, sex, and relationships. The second is society, culture, and politics. And the third is spirituality and religion. What I'm getting from you is that all of these things mean something to you in some kind of way. So you can mix and match if you want to, but I just want to know like what's on the top of your list and what kind of trails behind.
Love. What's the other one you said in that category?
Sex and relationships.
Love, spirituality, relationships, sex.
Society, culture, politics, and religion, or the rest.
Society and culture. Those are all important to me. The other ones,
So politics and religion, tell me your thoughts on those since you don't really care.
Politics is designed to divide and conquer. It's designed to control our minds so that we don't control our minds. It's really the big ass reality show because everything is already scripted. They want us to feel like we have control, so they give us the illusion of control. But if everybody didn't vote, the president would still be picked. Like, they don't really fucking care. No, they really don't. But the whole trick is whatever politics does, we have to do the opposite. Because there's more of us than it is of them.
Right.
So if we did that, they wouldn't know what to do. Like, they'd be like, oh my God, they're waking up. They're waking up. Like, type shit. But, like, nah, like, I don't know. That shit is really just, it's a big-ass comedy show to me.
Yeah.
But it's sad because you're toying with people's lives. Like, that's not funny. That's what's not funny to me. I think the whole politics system is evil, and I don't participate in shit that I think is evil. And I don't really even, people say, your ancestors died for you to vote. No, my ancestors died for me to have the right to choose to vote. You're not going to ancestrally blackmail me into participating in a system that was never designed for us to win anyway. So, fuck politics. That's how I feel.
What about religion?
Religion. I think religion, if done right, religion could be such a healing tool, but it's often not done right because it was created by people, and humans are by nature flawed fundamentally, and that's okay. But religion like puts the guys on it as if we're not flawed. It's like, oh, we're holy, but then it's like that, and then it's like so many rules. Like, who wants to follow rules? Like,
For real.
Realistically, who the fuck wants to follow rules? Like, nobody is geeking to follow rules.
Right.
Then you have religion, and people are like, you can't do this, you can't do that. So it's like a mental slavery, really. And it's like, and it creates such a toxic relationship with yourself, because you're blaming yourself. Like, oh my God, I just drank. Oh my God, I just had sex. Like, those are things that humans want to do.
Right.
So it shames you for your human nature, and then forces you to ascribe to be something that you'll never be in this lifetime, because you're not operating on something that you truly know. And I hesitated there because I was going to say something that you truly believe, but there's a difference between belief and knowing.
Right.
And to me, that's the difference between religion and spirituality. Everybody believe. When people come to you, hey, do you believe in God? What's the proper answer to that? It should be no. You believe in things that aren't technically true. Like if Alana say, hey, are you coming today? I believe so. You'd be like, what? Like, that's not concrete.
Right.
People should really ask you, do you know God? And that's the difference between religion and spirituality. God is not a man, mythical man in the sky. God is not white. I think everybody knows that by now.
You should know that.
God is not even a man or a woman. God is genderless and nameless and infinite and eternal. That's God. That's the God that I know. No, not believe. No. And I think knowing comes with experience. It comes with direct experience, not some experience that a man teaches on the pulpit. And then encourages you to go home and read. But religion also is often devoid of love and compassion, especially Christianity. And that's like the opposite of everything that Jesus stood for. Like, Jesus was literally love incarnate. So when you have Christians that's judging you based on booty shorts or hoop earrings, like, what? Like, we know that God, Jesus, God, because Christians don't seem to separate the two. And that's a problem, because man cannot be God. I think people don't, well, the Bible, because I know the Bible. The Bible says man looks at the outer appearance and God looks at the heart. So how you going to guide somebody to your religion and you judging them? It's kind of counterintuitive and productive. And I think anyone with a thinking mind knows the truth. Sometimes we don't want to admit it, but that's even worse than just not knowing. If you know the truth and you don't want to admit it, there's a lot of blood on your hands. So I suggest everybody wake up while you have time and seek the truth for you. It's not cookie cutter. You gotta go within, and it's gonna be hard, and people not gonna fuck with you and call you weird, but who cares? Who the fuck cares? I don't. You shouldn't.
Facts. All right, so I'm gonna get you to draw while I ask you the next question.
Yeah, I love to draw.
I'm going to get you to pick a color that represents your mood right now, a color or colors, and a color or colors that represent your life.
So a color that represents my mood right now?
And your like life or you as a person, and then I'm gonna get you to draw for the rest of the interview, and then at the end you'll show everyone what you drew.
Okay. Mood right now and the color that represents my life? Just 2 colors then.
Or you can pick as many as you want.
Okay.
It's hard for people to pick 2 sometimes.
But you just want 2 though?
No, you can do whatever you want.
Okay. So mood in my life? I'll just stick with 2.
Okay.
Even though I said who likes to follow the rules, but I'll follow the rules.
Okay. So you said that love was at the top of your list. So tell me about that.
And you want me to draw?
Yeah.
Love.
Oh wait. Actually, rewind. Why did you pick those colors?
For my mood right now, I picked red, because I feel really grounded, and I'm always working on my root chakra, and it relates to survival. This is my first apartment ever in life. I've never had my own apartment. I've never had my own bedroom. Growing up, I was always homeless. I never even knew what the concept of a home felt like. So when I moved here, it was really hard actually just to feel like home. Like, I didn't know that I shouldn't leave dishes in the sink, or it was gonna feel weird staying here every night when you're constantly on the go. So red is a grounding color for me, and when I'm with my boyfriend, I feel really grounded and comfortable. So I picked red. And then purple represents my life, because I'm always seeking to learn and gain more knowledge and wisdom. So that relates to your crown chakra, which is the hardest chakra for people to balance, because you have to lose all attachment to the physical world. And as humans, of course, we care deeply about the things that we're passionate about, which are physical. But I think for me, the last thing the last thing that helped me to release all attachments to the physical world was something that happened to me in December, where I told you I have 3 brothers. They're all older than me. So my second oldest brother, I was living with him, his sister, my sister-in-law, his wife, and my mom. And so some crazy shit happened where he thought I was just conspiring against him, like, constantly. And so he came home one day and just spazzed and kicked me out and was yelling at me, and it was really traumatic. And I have a nephew. That's my first nephew. I really love him and care about him a lot. And he's like, what, 12 months now? No, 17 months?
Baby.
He's a baby, and he's so cute and smart. So it was really hard for me to, like, I don't know, like, after that. But I don't talk to him anymore. I don't talk to my mom anymore because they both, like, really, like, ganged up on me. So that was my last attachment. Like, would I be willing to choose myself over having a relationship with my nephew? Because I know it's not going to be how I want it to be. My brother's going to want to be there. He's going to want to, that's going to be like a doorway for him to go back into my life, or my mom. And 25 years of mental, emotional abuse, I had to choose myself. And I know my nephew will understand one day. So that's crown chakra, releasing all attachments to the physical world. And that's what will allow you to ascend and to reach your higher self. So red for grounding, purple for your crown chakra.
I don't know how I'm going to edit this because this is all just great. I have no idea. It's going to be like so long. Okay.
I'll be rapping.
No, it's all like necessary, useful information. I love it. Okay, so love. You put that at the top.
I did. I feel like life is just about love, like finding love, like not even externally, but more so internally first, because you can't find the love that you truly desire on a soul level, on a spirit level, until you learn what that means for yourself. Like, I think there's like a song called Looking for Love in All the Wrong Places. Like, where should we look then? You should look within. Like, even as far as religion, like, when people talk about God is love, and it's like, but they want you to go to church. God, the Bible says the kingdom of God is within. God is love, so look within. And on all levels, you have to look within for love. And it's not easy. It's hard. You're going to discover some skeletons, but love is so important. Like, it's so important. Not even romantically, but just like on a human level. If you don't have love for people, you're going to make policies that obstruct women's rights, or you're going to make policies that make humans to seem like aliens. Like, let's get rid of that term, like illegal aliens. That's so inhumane. Like, in 2019, like, what are we doing? This is really a dystopian society. Not dead ass. Like,
For sure.
I don't know, but love is so important. Like, if you don't love yourself, you're gonna be out here. You're gonna be out here. So love, yeah.
Okay, good answer.
Thank you.
So now for like the smaller answers, but you know, they still matter.
Mm-hmm.
So what makes you the most upset? Like, do you have any pet peeves, or is there anything that like really pisses you off?
What makes me the most upset? That's a good question. What makes me the most upset? I think when people have no emotional intelligence. Because if you don't have that, then are you even human? Like, but actually, are you even human if you don't have emotional intelligence? Like, imagine me coming to you watching this video. Imagine me coming to you and being like vulnerably open with you. We're close, or maybe we're not as close, but I just feel like I can trust you with my heart. And you'd be like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, look at this post. Like, that's cold. Like,
yeah.
But people do that. Like, all the time. Like, that's so cold. And I think people don't naturally I do think that people should think about people's emotions, but there's something that like disconnects in our psyche at some point where we don't understand what it means to have compassion for other people. And I think that is one of the main things that's wrong with society. Lack of emotional intelligence pisses me off. Pet peeves, people that are loud, I don't like that. Like, it's too much. Like, it's too much. But that also stems from my own childhood trauma that I'm working through. So yeah.
Okay. What excites you more than anything?
What excites me? When the universe brings you like crazy ass random ass blessings, like, or when I write down something like a broad goal that I want to happen, and I look back, I'm like, dang, that happened. Like, that excites me. Or like little like synchronicities, like looking at the clock and it says 11:11 or 1-2 or 12:34, 1 2 3 4. Like synchronicities like blow my mind because I started to see them OC after my brother died, like all the time. And I was like, what the hell does this mean? Like, I'm seeing all these numbers. Like, what does this mean? Then I started looking into it and learning more about numerology. But that shit excites me because that is like the essence of me. Like, numerology is so powerful. Like, our ancestors like knew the power of numbers. Nikola Tesla did. He's a freaking genius. So synchronicities excite me, and just the universe like manifesting everything that you have been working towards. It's just lit. Like, the universe is really on your side. Like, for real. The universe is my best friend.
Okay. What are you most afraid of?
I was afraid of death, but I'm not afraid of it anymore. So I'm not afraid of anything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's powerful. I'm jealous.
No, don't be.
Okay, make a face that explains you. Like, if you were a facial expression, what would it be?
It'd be.
What is that? What
That's
does
the
that
little
mean?
emoji with the, like the curly eyes. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
That's me. Like.
Let's see. Oh my God, you have to draw
Okay.
because or you can hold up a blank slate at the end. It's up to you. What is social media to you?
Social media to me could be a powerful tool of connection, but I think oftentimes it depends on the person who's utilizing it. I think it would be a great way for us in society to leverage like more power and connect with others so that we can actually change the world, but oftentimes that doesn't happen. Even though there's a lot of like pages on IG and Twitter and Facebook just about like different like knowledge and things, but I think we don't always leverage it in that way. Like, you know that Gil Scott Heron, he's like, the revolution will not be televised. Like, he was absolutely right, but it can be if we make it televised.
Right, we have the technology to do that.
We do, but I don't know. Social media is cool. I think sometimes it can be a distraction though. It's also not really healthy to be on your phone all the time. But we're so addicted to it. Like, you know about psychology when it talks about operant conditioning or positive reinforcement?
I remember that from like one psychology class.
Yeah, so yeah, like Ivan Pavlov and the little dog, salivating dog, like whenever he would ring the bell, he would literally mentally train the dog to associate that ringing bell with food, a stimulus. The stimulus was the bell. The reward was the food. So that's what social media does to us. It's like a stimulus. So we're literally like we are the science experiment in the modern age, and they are definitely taking insights on our usage and showing us pages that we've looked up. I know y'all seen that before. Yeah. So I don't know. Be careful, especially with this 5G shit coming out.
Yeah, that's crazy. I heard people are like signing petitions to not have the 5G towers like in their neighborhoods.
No, that shit is crazy. Like, there was this video. It was like 24 hertz of like frequency of water, and it was this like machine, and the water was dripping, and the machine emitted like 24 hertz or whatever, and it literally changed. Like, the water was dripping straight, and that frequency changed the pattern of the water. Like, it made it zigzag. That's what it's gonna do to our brains. Not even on no crazy shit. Y'all look into this shit.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, bro.
Do you have any weird habits?
Any weird habits? No, I'm pretty,
Do you have any regular habits?
Regular habits, yeah. Regular habits, I would say I'm pretty, I'm a creature of habit. Like, I like things to be like how I want them to be. Like, for example, like if I don't have a smoothie in the morning, my day probably gonna be a little weird. Or if I don't, not for real, like, cause what am I gonna eat? And then I'm gonna want chicken for lunch and French fries for dinner, and then I'm gonna be off from my goals for the week. So I have to like structure my day like mentally before it even begins. As far as food, cause I used to have a really weird relationship with food, so I have to be like, I don't know, OD about it. But it works for me though. It works for me, and it's helping me accomplish like my fitness goals. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. What are you self-conscious about, if anything?
My boobs, they're really big, and I'm not that big. They're really big, and they used to draw like a lot of negative attention to me, especially growing up, like 15 with double D's.
I feel that.
How you doing, sweetheart? A lot of those. Like,
I was Alana with the boobs.
Bruh, like, why? Annoying. Like, they could have just put that in my ass.
For real. For real, though.
But, yeah, I appreciate them, though. At least I'll be able to sufficiently feed my kids.
For real. What don't you want to tell people, but you know you should share because it will help someone else?
What don't I want to tell people?
Yeah, like what would you usually like not bring up or share, but you know you should probably say something about it now because it could help someone.
It'd be like little things they say, like about like jokes about suicide. Like that happens to me so often. People are like, oh my god, I want to fucking kill myself. I'm like,
oh yeah,
you
like,
can't say that.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm always that guy. It's like, hey, like I don't know if you know, but that's offensive, and I actually lost my brother to suicide, so you never know who it could be. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Like I get it. Like so, like things like that, like dead ass. That happened to me twice last week with 2 social workers.
Oh my god.
Like y'all should know better.
Y'all should know not to do. Yeah.
But we humans at the end of the day, regardless of our profession. So things like that, or like suicide, jokes about suicide or self-harm. That speaking up on that, and that's like little things that are like people are like, oh, that's not that big of a deal, and it hurts my feelings. So first I look within and be like, am I being too sensitive? Is this my ego? I'm like, okay, like, do I feel like I should speak? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Is it going to increase their awareness? And if all those answers are yes, then I'll say something. And then I'll say it in a compassionate way and in a non-confrontational way. And then most of the time people are receptive, but sometimes my friend is like, yeah, that was not necessary. You being sensitive. And I'm like, I respect that, but at the end of the day, I did what I felt was right. So, yeah. Which is the most important thing. Like, people always want to call you too sensitive or...
Right.
It's not that serious, but I don't really care what people say because at the end of the day,
your feelings are valid.
My feelings are valid, even if you don't validate them, because I validate them for myself. And it sucks. Like, you want your friends to be like, yeah, like, I'm proud of you. Like, but I don't care. I'm still going to speak my truth.
Right.
In a compassionate way, but yeah.
What do you have to say to the world?
What do I have to say to the world? This physical life as we know it is so short, and it shouldn't be spent on anyone else's time, on anyone else's opinion, on anyone else's desires or goal for you. Life is meant to be lived and lived to the fullest. There's this quote by Oscar Wilde, and he said, to live is the rarest thing. Most people exist, that is all. Like, are you existing or are you living? What's the difference? I can't tell you. I can tell you what it means for me, but you have to look within. And I think that, I don't know, like, you look back like 70 years from now, like, you're gonna be like, damn, I wish I would have did that. I wish I would have did that. Like, the goal of life is to not have any regrets when you die, because we don't know when we're going to die. So why don't you live fully now? Like, you could die tonight, and then what? You're gonna have to come back because you didn't do everything that you had to do or that you wanted to do. But when you embrace life fully, you open doors to be your true self, to be your highest self, and people are going to flock towards you, and it may be overwhelming, especially if you're sensitive. But put forth your boundaries. You don't have to give everybody everything, even if you want to. Like, you don't got to be in a mix, even if you want to. Honestly, a lot of times, time away from things is so healthy and healing. Like, you need that time to just be alone. So spend time with yourself. Don't be afraid. It can be a little scary at first, but don't be afraid. And then make sure to love others, first yourself, and then others, and I guarantee you're going to have a positive and fulfilling life.
Yes. Show us what you drew.
I drew a little flower shawty. She got a big head because I got a big head. But
that's amazing.
She natural. She got hoop earrings, and she got a nose ring.
And she's growing.
And she's growing because me and my friend were just talking the other day, like, I was thinking this and then she said it when we were together, but like, we're all plants, we're all flowers, like, and not from like a metaphorical sense, but in a metaphorical sense we are too, but we are living beings, we're growing beings, and so we have to be rooted, planted, rooted, secured, so that when the wind blows we don't sway, even if we got a big head. But that big head gonna keep you grounded. And then so you can grow and you can be yourself authentically. Like, you think she care about them other flowers that's like, she got hoop earrings on and natural hair. She don't care because her crown chakra is balanced and her root chakra is balanced. So yeah, grow on, sister.
Yes.
Flower shawty. It's lit.
Flower shawty. I love it.
It's lit. Let me write flower shawty.
Do you want to say something?
Do I want to say something?
Were you serious about him being in this?
That's what he said.
You already asked so many good questions.
Well, she can ask them to you.
What do you have to say to the world?
Do I have to say to the world?
Come. You about to drop some knowledge bombs. Do you want the chair by yourself?
And introduce yourself so people aren't like, how is this so crazy and random?
How y'all doing? My name is Claudina, Grace's boyfriend. Something I want to share to the world. Unity for real.
Yeah.
It's hard to, you can say it, but it's hard to really practice everybody for themselves. So I know we gotta make money and survive, but like she said, if we all work together, we more than the politicians. We more people than the politicians, so we all work together. We can change the structure of society. But it's, you can say it, but it's really hard to implement, but that's probably one major thing for real.
Yeah.
Unity.
UNITY.
Thank you.
It's
is
lit.
amazing.
This is Grace in the Flesh. Gang gang.
Awesome.